control of my body, bro. I feel like I just my arm. Not like that. Not like that.
Yo.
That's mad.
You guys always make it
He an
worse than
animal.
it is. What's up, guys? Welcome back to an interesting discussion sometimes. I'm Haran. I'm back with the boys, Christian, Tarun, and Harsha. And this week we got a special guest. His name is Pranav. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, I'm Pranav, currently living in San Francisco. I'm a product manager at Uber for work. Went to school at UC Berkeley, and then before that, grew up in the Northern Virginia area, which will come as no surprise. We're up in the DMV, we're up in the Nova area. So yeah, this should be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Thanks for coming on. Also, Haram, I think it's really fucked up that you start every episode with we're back with the guys and the boys. Like, we have female listeners too. Not a lot, but we have them as well, you little
But
fucker.
I know what us for. Like, us
Yeah.
We have, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Harsha, you didn't hear the news?
What the hell is going on? What are you talking about?
Hey, man, I just think it's really fucked up, and I want you to keep at it, all right?
Okay, I'll be better. I promise.
That's not what I said, but all right.
Okay.
Anyway. Gotta put you into place.
So Pranav, what the hell do you do at Uber, man?
Yeah, I'm really trying to get a handle on the format of this podcast.
There is no
Or
format.
lack thereof.
We just
I was sort of expecting an agenda or something.
Us too.
What do I do at Uber? Yeah, you know, my job is like sort of bullshit, sort of legit. It's like being a PM is kind of a weird thing where it's like you don't actually do any work, but you like facilitate others doing work. So when I describe like, well, what did I do today? It's like, well, I just went to a bunch of meetings and like talked to some people, you know, and just like kind of tried to like make sense of stuff. I did some like critical thinking. It's like part of my job today, like blocked off some time. But it's been fun. I've been there for like almost a year now, and it's like an interesting place. No one knows if this whole like Uber thing is really going to work. This like grand experiment, you know, worth billions of dollars. It's like sort of up in the air whether it makes sense as a business, but you know, we're figuring it out slowly but surely. I have a decent amount of belief in where we're going, and there's a lot of people there who are way fucking smarter than me, trying to like solve some of the real issues. So, yeah. What are you guys doing full time? I know what Haran's up to. I don't know what you guys are up to.
I do podcasting for a living.
The one ad read's really big.
Yeah,
The
this just
bucks
goes
on.
straight into my pocket. Nobody else touches it.
But before the government of Sandwich, Massachusetts takes its cut,
Bro. They get no appetizers.
takes out a little bite out of your earnings, if you will.
Yeah.
Do people talk about the sandwich thing a lot? Like you get shit for that?
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
There was some meme like back in like middle school or whatever about like our police department because like all the cars run around or drive around. They say sandwich police on the side. So everybody's like, oh, fucking Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
The problem is that meme resurfaces like every couple of years.
Yeah,
and you'll
and
see
it's
it like
always-
in our chats. Someone
Yeah.
will send it in our chat that includes Christian, and they'll be like, "Oh well."
Here we go again.
That is pretty funny. Yeah.
No, it's incredible.
I hate it. Anyway, Tarun, what do you
No,
do?
it's a good icebreaker, bro. Like, I mean, I don't think. I
Yeah,
have
it is
because-
also the only thing I know about you.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you want to know.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. He's from Sandwich.
I'm leaving the podcast immediately.
Harsha, what are you up
Yeah,
to?
Harsha's starting to build a family, actually.
Yeah, good God. Yeah, a huge congratulations, by the way.
No, we don't need
yeah,
this shit
thanks,
anymore. We're so fucking
Sorry.
tired of hearing about it.
Has this been like a recurring topic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it
pretty
for
much.
content.
Yeah.
The whole thing. No, that's insane.
Well, what was the motivation behind everything?
Yeah.
Or like, when did you pull the trigger is what I'm curious about.
Like when I decide to do it, you're saying?
Yeah,
like,
what was like, okay, now it's like, I'm definitely doing it.
Well, I always kind of knew I was going to do it around this time because I wanted to progress and be more independent in my life with her. That's like the main reason. And I kind of talked to her parents about it this May, actually. So it's been like, and then we proposed. I proposed.
You started to say everything with we now. That's so weird.
I proposed to her like a couple months after in July. So
Right
it's
on.
been like 3 months now since.
Damn, does it feel different? You feel like a man again?
Not as different as I would have liked, honestly.
but now y'all are like wrapped up in like wedding planning stuff.
Yeah,
and
but
all
Harsha,
that,
do you
so.
regret it?
What? No.
That didn't sound very convincing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a
gonna
long
try that
pause.
again, or?
Yeah, you want to do take two?
Why the fuck would I regret it? There was so much thought and work, and like, I knew I was gonna do
So
it. Like,
much
what the
Yeah,
hell?
I think you forgot money in there somewhere.
Oh, money. Yeah, that too.
He was definitely gonna say money first.
Oh yeah, we're actually like starting wedding venue shopping next
Crazy,
weekend.
man.
Can you do it at Top Golf? I
Jesus.
really liked it there.
It's either this floor thing. You can have like the reception on the
Yeah.
second floor, wedding on the third
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah.
Come on. No.
Yeah, just put like 1% of thought into it. That's all I want.
1% of
Yeah, I'll add that to the list, guys. Thank you.
All right, you can put it at the bottom. Just as long as it's on there, it's fine.
I also am just like asking for a friend. Coming on the podcast kind of gets me an invite, right? Just checking.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like I signed something that said that guarantees an invite.
Mm.
Yeah, it might have been like hidden in the guest form, but he found it, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually nobody ever actually reads the small detail, like the fine
Yeah,
print.
and
But
Rob looked it over.
it is-
Yeah.
it is there.
I did.
That is
I
true.
mean the legal team. Anyway, feel free to confirm that whenever you're ready. Just lock that in. No need to delay.
Yeah, I think you can sponsor yourself on our podcast. You know, we're talking about the
Okay.
$1 million ad reads, and then maybe we'll consider it.
Oh, okay.
No, I see how it is. You know what? I'd like to announce I've also gotten engaged, and Harsha is
Oh.
not invited to the wedding. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Oh.
just thought I'd do that publicly, exclusive on the podcast.
Well, I hope your wedding's at Top Golf.
Oh, it will be. It'll be a ton of fun.
Oh, Harsha, now my invite is up in the air.
I have a question for you guys as like us just being sort of like not that many years out of school. It occurred to me this year that there's no more summer break, there's no more winter break, there's no more spring break for the rest of our lives. And it just hit me like a truck one day. And yeah, it took it out of me. I was just like, when is this going to end? And I was like, not for like 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if other people are feeling it, but it definitely got in my head. I was like, just like completely freaked out.
I don't know, Haran, you take this one since you actually still have those breaks.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm gonna miss it when those breaks end. But I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
you three should or you two should answer that question as working men.
It's fucking sad, man.
You just curl up,
Thank you
curl up in a
for
ball when you
saying
think about
that.
it, or shit.
Huh?
You just curl up in a
Yeah,
ball.
I look forward to all these holidays, man. I'm excited for Veterans Day when I get a day off.
Hey, man, that's kind of disrespectful to the veterans, but all right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm personally excited about the veterans.
Yeah, me too.
Harsha. You know, I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, even more than just having like the time off, I feel like breaks and stuff, at least during school years, they break up the year, you know what I mean? Like they make
Yeah.
it feel like time is passing type of thing. But like with work, it just feels like it's like a never ending cycle, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing to break it up. It's like super monotonous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
The other thing is like in school, you finish your finals and you have a winter break or a summer break, but
Mhm.
at work, once you don't have that much of a sense of accomplishment. Like you finish one thing and then you're like, oh, you have free time, you have bandwidth. Here, take this other thing. You know? it's
That's
so
a great
disgusting.
point. That's a great point. You never get closure. It's never like you like finish an exam or like get a grade. It's like if you did a good job, that probably means you're going to do more work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like that's your reward.
No, I mean, it makes sense though. Like at some point, I guess as part of growing up, you know, like you just start living your life every single day being like not the same, but like the same.
Yeah, is that what?
I mean,
that
like
what we're in store for?
maybe not every day is the same, but like, you know, you gotta deal with all these like responsibilities, and you know, you gotta take care of this and that. You gotta plan weddings, you know, like
The usual
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
Gotta
The
go to
usual
Taco.
suspects.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to adjust out of college.
Yeah. You think there's like a way out of that, or is it just like we're like just doomed to it?
Get rich quick.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
But also, they also usually, I mean, I don't know a lot of rich people, so I can't really speak for them. But
Yeah.
I would say that most of them are still pretty ambitious because, like, you can never be too rich, you know? So, like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
you're always, like, thinking about how to make more of a lot of money you already have, you know? So they're always still doing shit. Even if, like, nobody's telling them to do shit anymore. I guess that's the thing. It's like nobody else
Yeah.
is regulating their work day or, like, what they have to do.
Yeah, fair enough. Trying to figure out like what are like some ways to combat it at some point, but like it's tough. It's just like at the end of the day, you're just tired, and then
Yeah.
what do? You know.
Yeah.
Well, do you like what you do, Pranav? Like, do you enjoy?
You know,
what
I
you
feel
do?
like I was just super morose. Yeah, I generally do enjoy it actually. I feel like it took me a while to like understand like what my job was. Like I just didn't get it at the beginning. And like, yeah, just like no one really tells you like what to do. You're supposed to like kind of figure it out. And like that was a very new experience for me. It was just like when you're in school, people tell you what to do. When you're an intern, people will tell you what to do. And then like
Right.
suddenly, like if you don't do anything, that's just like no one's looking, you know?
Yeah.
Right, right.
And I don't mean that in like a don't do anything way. I just mean like
Yeah.
it's sort of on you if you want to get anything done.
Right.
Yeah, if my manager, you know, obviously he'll be tuning into this, just FYI. It doesn't mean I'm goofing off.
Oh, he just hears you say you're not doing anything. You just turned off the podcast. That's all he needs to hear.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
context with that statement.
I need you to Uber over to my office tomorrow.
And obviously the media is going to cut that out, take it out of context.
Yeah, that's what they do with our podcast all the time. Yeah.
You know, all the time, another victim.
Pranav, do you go to the office for Uber or do you work at home?
Or in a car.
I go in the car. I choose option C. No, I go to the office honestly a couple times a week. I don't have to, but just it's not that far from where I live, and just like, you know, kind of break up the days so I'm not, you know, sitting at home all the time. Plus they have food there, which is like
there you
huge.
go.
Yeah. Which is honestly it's good stuff. But honestly, it's just like a day-to-day basis. Like, kind of wake up and see how I'm feeling. Like a lot of days, the night before, I'll say I'm going to the office, and I'll wake up and it's just like, yeah,
Stay
no
tuned.
chance.
Yeah.
Not tonight, you know.
Wait, so you mentioned to me before that you're working on the East Coast time, right? Like, even though you're staying on the West Coast.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's been fucking weird. So yeah, I've just been getting up at like 6 a.m. every day, just watching the sunrise.
That's crazy.
Which you know, I hadn't seen the sunrise in a number of years. Probably since high school. And let me tell you, it's nice. It's nice.
I feel like
Should
that
check
could
it
be
out.
like a good thing in a way. Like, I don't know. I always like feel bad like waking up late during the day. You feel like you're wasting so much time just like being asleep. I mean, yeah, it's good to sleep or whatever, but like you could shift it back to like a more normal time. You could feel more productive during the day. So how does that feel like
Yeah.
getting most of your work
Yeah, I
done
feel you.
during the day?
Yeah. I'll say it feels great at like noon when I'm
Yeah.
like, just like, I'm just getting lunch and I'm like, oh man, just like a couple more hours and like, you know, I can kind of get stuff done. My issue though is like post lunch, because I like didn't sleep on time the night before, I'm super tired. And so from like 1 to 3, I'm either super unproductive or asleep. And then I have to like resume the workday, and then I essentially end the workday at the same time as everyone else.
I have
That
that
is
too. Like,
unfortunate.
I have like an hour, maybe not an hour. That sounds kind of long. Like, probably like 30 minutes of just like food coma where I just kind of like sit back in my chair and I'm just like, I'm so tired. I can't even like think about like writing an email even.
Yeah, I feel that. Do you guys like watch TV when you eat lunch?
I do, yeah, usually.
Yeah. Yeah, that's huge. I do that too, and I feel like that's like a sacred thing. Like if like I will not eat without something on, especially during the workday. Also, my job is all talking to people, so I feel like in the middle of the day, I'm just like just don't fucking talk to me. Like, I'm not interested in socializing. Like I have enough friends. Like just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I have a problem where I don't think I can eat without watching something these days. Yeah.
You're just starving yourself when the internet's out.
When there's no content to watch, I just don't eat. Or something.
That's the thing that bothers me about like when I eat dinner with my family and we all sit down at the dinner table. It's just so fucking quiet and boring. My objective when I'm there is just to eat and then leave. That's it. Like I have no other objective. Like they want to talk about something, that's fine. But usually everything everybody ever talks about is depressing shit. I'm like, all right, I don't want to be here anymore. So,
well, why don't you bring up some like more non-depressing topics? And then it'll be more.
Yeah,
I would be a heavy
with
source.
topics. So you come to our podcast with topics. Treat it like a podcast episode.
And if we can just use those same topics for our podcast.
Actually, who do you think I am?
Record your dinner conversations with your mom and grandma, and then we won't have to do this anymore.
Just special edition podcast.
Yeah, that won't be happening, but
I'm gonna get a message from Haran like a week from now and be like, hey, sorry, we had to bump your episode a week. We had something else going on. I'm like, oh damn, they must have released something fire. Like
you just
so
hear
like
you just
a
hear like
soundbite
cutlery
of
in the
me
middle
jumping
of
out the window.
and then an ad read in the middle. Like, why is this sponsored by DraftKings?
Not a sponsor, but it could be if Mr. Kings, if you hear us, So,
Can I ask you guys what's like the dream sponsor? Like if I could say like
OnlyFans.
they pay the same.
So quick.
I'm sorry. I should have consulted.
Yeah, clearly you speak for the group.
Honestly, I can't think of anything better.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that us four like or have in common that we would just make a sponsor.
But the most common.
But we actually
sponsor I see
don't
for
like each other.
So that really hurts.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like the most common sponsor I see for a new podcast is like Manscaped because I feel like they just throw money
Yeah.
at like podcasts.
Or what's the underwear
Roman.
one? MeUndies.
I haven't heard that.
MeUndies is big.
Yeah.
MeUndies is big.
Your undies
I
are
get.
big?
Aye, Captain.
Oh my god. This is a guy that's planning his
Yeah.
wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you don't wear underwear when you're old? I can make those jokes.
Yeah, true. I'm trying to think what mine would be. I don't know. OnlyFans is a good one. Just because I'd like to hear what OnlyFans has to say about themselves.
How they promote themselves.
I think the only one that we would all have in common is something alcohol related because
Okay.
like that's the only way we can ever hang out is when we're
We all like the same alcohol. What's one alcohol that we all like?
Do not all like tequila.
I thought Tarun didn't like tequila.
It's
It's
fine.
high. Yeah.
It's
No,
fine.
fuck that. Then.
Hush is out here like Fireball.
Nah, not.
Fireball's fine. I don't like it that much.
It's a great song though.
What about Burnett's birthday cake?
Oh, God.
sorry.
You'll
You'll get-
We're done. We're done with this conversation there. God.
I mean, you guys like Hennessy, but only when I mix it.
Yeah, Hennessy's good
Yeah.
actually. I'll back.
That's the official spirit sponsor of the NBA, so we could also get the NBA at the same time. Boom. Actually,
Shit,
Tarun doesn't watch the
double
NBA.
sponsor.
Fuck. No, but he likes Kyler Murray, so it's the same thing.
What's your favorite alcohol, Pranav?
That's a good question. I'm a gin guy. I enjoy a good G&T or gin soda is good. What else? Yeah, I've been like warming up to tequila. I think a lot of people had this, but like freshman year of college had like an awful experience with tequila, and then every time I like sniffed it for a while, it just made me gag.
Yeah.
But now I'm back on it after like getting over that and like not drinking tequila for a year during COVID. Didn't drink like a ton of tequila at home with my parents, like some, but not a lot. Yeah, I'm getting back into it, and like I've had some like decent tequila a couple of times now, which like apparently makes all the difference. Apparently being 100% agave or something. Which I have one friend who told me that fact about 15 times. Every time we drink tequila,
Just keep upping
he's like,
the number
what's
every
the
time."
agave content?
Agave, dude. You know?
Solid.
Are you guys into wine at all?
They're not. I don't think at all.
Yeah, I'm not.
Not really. Yeah.
These
Oh,
sound
Christian took a class on it too.
Yeah, I took a wine class senior year
That's dope.
before all hell went to, hell, bloody hell.
Yeah.
But I didn't learn a lot. I'll be honest. I learned the first month I learned a lot, and then I stopped caring, so I didn't actively learn. But it was interesting learning about like the different kinds of grapes and how they're grown and that kind of shit, and like the fermentation
Yeah.
and like. I didn't realize how long it actually took to go from being a grape to being a bottle of wine. That's just
How long does it take?
like it could be months, could be years.
It could be
Oh,
EOs. That's what we're saying.
It's like the Office. It's a very real possibility.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a cool process to learn about. Like,
That's
I mean,
cool, yeah.
obviously all alcohol is like fermented, right? So like, there's different steps in it, but you can make like moonshine like really quickly and like, I don't know. But wine is
Yeah.
interesting just because there's so much variation, even though it's all grape, but there's different species and that kind of shite. So
I feel like if I was to drink wine, I'd only really drink white wine. I don't like red wine that much. But that's like
Oh,
the extent of
interesting.
what
Well,
I.
that's the
what my
thing
taste.
is like the wines go differently like with different food. Like you have to have the right it's some like wine snob bullshit, but like, red wine like you eat with like meat and like whatever. Like there's like pairings for like different kinds of wines that make it feel better in your mouth, if you will. So
Yeah.
I feel like I would drink wine if I cared more about like the taste of alcohol. Like I think when I drink alcohol, my primary
Yeah.
motivation is to get like a buzz or like to have a good time, right? But I'm not like cooking at night and I'm like, wow, like let me, drink a glass of
Well,
wine
you're not
while
cooking
I
at night.
unwind.
you're not cooking at all. Actually,
That's what I'm saying. Like I have no reason to drink wine.
Right. I feel like older people like couldn't admit what you just said, which is like we're just drinking to get drunk, and so they had to make all this other shit where they're like sipping like whiskey neat, which is just like that's just not. It's just like it's not enjoyable, and like I'll people say it is, and I'll like agree with people just so I don't seem like unsophisticated.
Yeah.
But like, no, I mean, brass tacks, why would you sip hard alcohol? That's fucking disgusting.
I agree with that. But I also wish I could lead
Yeah.
my life like my mom, who just like has one glass of like wine and she's just gone. She's not
blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am jealous of those people. Although, yeah, I don't know. The last couple times I went out, or I guess I saw Haran on, was that Friday? Last Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
wow.
At Millen's thing. Yeah, I didn't eat properly before, and I was just by the end of that, it was no good. I don't know. I mean, you must have been there when I left, but I was
Yeah, you seemed
pretty
alright.
blackout. Okay, thanks. Yeah,
My
my
Millen,
roommate.
it makes you feel better. Millen also died, so like actually.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
Ron, did you die?
No, I was at a good
You're such
good
a
spot though.
Man, you're such a
I didn't reach too many shot clocks, as Millen would say. I might have passed on a couple of shots, and that's probably why.
Pranav, make sure when you're with this fucker next time, make him die. Make him deceased.
Make him black out.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. What is he not blacking out?
no, he's just
No, man.
yeah.
He's all like reserved and stuff. It's like in
Yeah.
control of himself.
Yeah,
Fucking
man.
lame.
It's hard to keep
Loser.
control of my body, bro. I feel like I just my arm. Not like that. Not like that.
Yo.
That's mad.
You guys always make it
He an
worse than
animal.
it is. I just not like. I feel like my limbs are just like everywhere, bro. I just feel like I'm.
Stop talking
You
for
didn't
your own
make it any
fucking
better.
sake, dude.
No, but like when I'm even like if I'm just like moving around, I feel like I just unintentionally elbow
Can you
people
just
in the
not
face.
talk?
Wait.
You're making it worse.
It's hard enough sober. He struggles every day. It's just all over the place.
Just bathing out everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
people catching unintentional elbows in the face. What are you gonna do, man?
No, I was gonna say from that thing on Friday, my roommate. I don't know if you remember, there was that pineapple floating around. I don't know. They
Yeah.
cut up a pineapple for something, and the like last, the top of the pineapple was just floating around. And I was like nibbling on that pineapple for probably like an hour while I was like
Ew,
super drunk.
what?
And my roommate took a video of me just in the corner, like licking the top of this pineapple. And it was like every time I licked it, I like put my head back, like, oh my God, that's good. Like I was like, oh yeah.
All right, yo, hold on. You're
That's gonna
clear,
get
buddy.
sorry.
You're clear, buddy.
Wait, you're looking like the leaf part or like the?
No. It had a bit of the fruit part.
Who lives in pineapple?
Just
Under
like
the sea.
if this, you're holding it from here, and then you got kind of the bottom part, which I'm sure
Pineapple, right?
everybody who listens to this podcast will understand what I was describing.
Yeah, for some reason they do this thing where like they just flip pineapples there. Like they're him and his Columbia friends, like Mil and his Columbia friends. Like they went to a house party once. They just started flipping pineapples and see who could land it like on its like proper way up. Like like the water bottle challenge, I guess.
Yeah,
But with
no,
pineapples.
I
I
understand
see.
the concept. I just don't understand why.
Yeah, but surprisingly, after that, like when they cut it up and eat it, they say it tastes better than like the normal unbeaten up pineapples. Like,
Pretty sure it's
I
the
think
charm.
that makes a little bit of sense because when like you need to squeeze a lemon to get lemon juice out of it, you roll it on the table to kind of like soften it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Maybe
actually a
it's
good
something
point.
like that. It's like tenderizing it. You know what I'm saying? Christian, you know about tenderizing.
tender my pineapples, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about just like throwing them around though. I don't know if that's the same kind of application, but I'm with you on the lemons
Okay,
for sure.
But yeah, also on Friday night, Pranav requested that we play "Sweet Caroline," which is a classic song, also known at Fenway Park where the Boston Red Sox play. But
How does it go? I don't know.
It's
I
an
did-
anthem.
how did it go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you say it? Can you sing it so like we don't get like copyright whatever? Just like can you do your best rendition of it?
Who's doing it? I'm not doing it.
You, yeah,
You-
because
Wait,
you're
you
the one
brought
that's-
it up. I didn't even know the song.
Pranav,
Yeah.
Harad's actually such a good singer.
Yeah, I believe it. Actually, I don't believe it. Prove me wrong.
I'm not gonna sing it. I mean, I can just like I can tell the words like the song.
Well, yeah, but can you do it like
Okay.
with the rhythm? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what, you
Yeah.
guys actually don't know the song? You just want me to sing?
Yeah, I really don't know the song.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's
that's my bad.
Caroline?
That was it's a poor read on my part.
Sweet as a pineapple, as they say.
Okay.
What
Anyway,
do
what I
you-
wanted to say was
Yeah.
Wait, how's it go?
this sing along's not gonna happen.
Wait,
right?
me and Turan did keep that shit like on Millen's episode. You can do this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you were saying the word.
Okay,
Yeah.
say it. Yeah.
Say it with like a little bit of the rhythm of the song.
Okay, all right. Sweet Caroline.
Ba, ba,
Ba,
ba.
ba, ba.
Now, so you know.
Oh, I know it.
Oh
Oh.
wow! No, that does ring a bell.
The squad
Now
that
you-
didn't know. Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
But yeah, we were playing like 2000 like throwback songs, and like Pranav like took the guy like one of Moon's roommates' phone, like Moon's roommate's phone, and like put Sweet Caroline all the way to the top of the queue, and then someone bumped that song by one, and then I don't know what song bumped it, but we all
It
doing
was,
Pranav.
something ridiculous. It was like a Christina Aguilera song. Or
Yeah,
something.
I think
I
that's
was
what
just
it
like,
was.
get out
And
of
then-
here.
And we all looked over at Pranav, and Pranav had the most disappointed look I've ever seen on his face.
Well, because somebody said like, oh, it's like next. And they were like, yeah, okay, we'll skip to it, and they like hit the button, and I was like, all right, here we fucking go. It's game time. And yeah, no, that was a huge letdown. But I still think it played well. I mean, it's like the ultimate feel good song, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
So yeah,
like
when the song
feeling
came
good, having a
on,
good time. Yeah,
when the song came on, Pranav got on the couch, and you know he carried the vibe, and so shout out to Pranav.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason why I mentioned this is because the Boston Red Sox are in the ALS, ALDS, what is it?
ALCS.
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 And on
ALCS.
Pranav's hat.
And on my hat, and on my work Zoom background, and sometimes on my T-shirt, which gets
And my
it's a good
wall
conversation
over there,
starter
but
at
you can't
work.
see it. It's
Was
behind
that
my TV?
oh yeah, you gotta be a Sox
I have
fan, right?
I have this like printed thing that I got for my birthday, like fucking 4 or 5 years ago, of Fenway Park.
Okay.
So I would
That's
show
dope.
you, but it would take so much effort to me to even stand up and just move my TV. So that won't be happening. But you know what Fenway Park looks like.
Yeah, no, that's dope though. Yeah, no, it's I don't know what it was like. Maybe it was because we like didn't have proper sports for a while during COVID. When this like baseball season started, I just got like addicted to watching games, and there's a lot of baseball that you can watch. Which is not ideal for me and my productivity as a human. Because I think I ended up watching like 130 out of 160 games this season.
Oh my God.
And, sometimes baseball is as boring as people think it is.
Sometimes.
But I don't know. Yeah, I developed I was just like, I gotta watch every game. I gotta know what's going on. And now we lost tonight. We're 1 game away from elimination, and I don't know what's going to happen if we lose. Like I'm worried. And I think people are worried for me.
It's okay. Part of being a Red Sox fan is you live with disappointment. So
You guys literally won the World Series like 3 years
Like
ago.
4
Calm down.
times.
bro,
Yeah.
you don't understand like the inherent mindset of a New England sports fan that have lived in New England like their entire lives. That until 2004, like there were a few Celtics championships in like the 80s, but like until
And the Pats,
2001, like there was fucking nothing. Like it was just depression. So like
Sure.
when that's built,
but then in the last 17 years, are you kidding me?
But
Yeah,
for
we're
you,
playing
like,
catch up.
but
like you don't have that.
no,
feeling,
but
right?
like
You-
that's like
Right.
built into like how you view.
But you
things.
don't have. You actually won so many, Christian. Like what the?
I mean,
fuck,
yeah,
man?
because the teams were good. But the point is that like as soon as something like starts to look even the minorest bit bleak, like you're just like, oh yep, it's all fucking going to hell. It's all shit. Like it's all ruined. All
Can you repeat that in a Boston accent though?
nah.
Yeah, the expectations are way too high for the amount that Boston sports teams win. And somehow it's like they're always kind of underdogs, with the exception of the Patriots, I guess. But the Red Sox don't often like get a bunch of respect. Also, here's a topic I'd like to discuss publicly: is ESPN is like a Yankees propaganda machine. The same way ESPN like sucks off LeBron. And like if LeBron goes and like eats a taco, it's fucking headline news.
Yeah.
Anytime the Yankees do anything remotely interesting, it's like the top story on SportsCenter. And like, okay, we played the wild card game against the Yankees. Who'd they put in the booth? Alex Rodriguez. Like one of the most famous Yankee players of all time is calling the Yankees Red Sox game. It's like, yeah, he's gonna be a prick the whole time. But yeah, I mean, ESPN will just suck him off.
ESPN is headquartered in Connecticut, and that's like halfway between like both, but it's more like New York. But like, the
Wait,
thing
that's
is
crazy.
ESPN No,
Sorry.
it's okay. Go ahead, Haran. You know about baseball.
No, I was gonna say what is crazy. As soon as the Yankees go out, ESPN stop calling the playoff games.
Yeah, because that's not already.
But just crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
This guy's on to something.
On something.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It makes sense though. I mean, they're like optimized for clicks, right? And what's like the biggest brand in baseball, right? I mean, it's not like any mystery why, but it is frustrating as the second most popular team in baseball.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. Maybe the Dodgers are the next most popular team.
All the like media coverage is all like based on like markets and that kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
Boston is like probably not even one of the 10 like biggest cities like in the country, but like their marketed is probably like, I don't know, I'd say like 8th or like 7th or something, you know?
yeah,
So they get a lot of coverage, but like the Red Sox are like one of the most rich teams, no matter like where they are in baseball. Like Patriots have been successful. I can't really speak on hockey that much, but they've also been good. The Bruins and the Celtics are just like historic and
yeah.
they have a lot of money too. So it's like that just like tends to like bring in a certain level of attention, I guess.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the Red Sox, I'm always like confused like how people view Boston sports, because I've been a Boston sports fan,
Everybody
and it's
hates
just
it.
like,
Everybody hates us.
yeah, everyone hates it. Because I remember when I first moved to Virginia, I just kind of assumed like, well, I was a little kid, so I assumed like, well, everyone I knew loved the Red Sox, so everyone everywhere must love the Red Sox,
Yeah.
right? This is just like a universal thing that everyone loves this team, and it's like we all support it. And it's like, and if you don't like the Red Sox, it's like you're an awful person.
And Pranav got
Yeah, and I
first day of
remember-
school.
Yeah, and I was like, what is this absolute bullshit? But yeah, and then since then it's just been a continued people tell me to fuck myself for the last 15 years since then.
So that's so sadly.
What are you gonna do, man?
I love it so much and people hate it so much.
For me, I've always been. I think I've always just been like a Boston sports hater because, like, well, I guess like, yeah, since, like me, like we all grew up with like Boston sports, like dominating a lot of like the titles and everything, and I feel like, I mean, honestly, I don't think their fans are that like vocal on like, at least on my Twitter feed. I don't see them as much as, like, compared to like Dallas Cowboys fans and Philadelphia sports fans. Like I see those.
Yeah, we're all
groups
just
more.
depressing. That's all Boston sports fans are. Like anything, even when we win, we're depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's just worse to the Dallas fans because, like, I mean, their team has not won the Super Bowl since like what, the 80s,
The 90s?
90s. Like, yeah, so like they talk shit every year and then like they lose in the playoffs, but then like, and even if they have a losing record, they're like, oh, but next year though, like watch out, guys, and like it's just,
It was the same with Lakers fans.
yeah. But I mean, the Lakers,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, like even the years that like maybe since Kobe retired, it wasn't like that vocal, but like even the years where they were like the 7th seed in the playoffs, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go.
But shock the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or they think
Yeah,
they
they-
just get everybody in
yeah,
free agency.
yeah.
Yeah, that is a good point though. They have like the most unbridled fan base. Like just no matter what. Like I feel like the like Washington fans, like Washington football team fans will just be like, yeah, we suck this year and we're gonna fucking suck next year and we're gonna suck the year after that. But it's like the Cowboys like equally bad for an equally long period of time are like always like this is our year.
Yeah.
Which I admire. I mean it's like delusional, but I admire it.
Yeah.
And like the Yankees, ESPN talks about them so fucking much too.
Yeah,
For
we're-
everything.
Yeah.
But it's also because they know that like they're the like most valued, so like they, you know, like it's
The
kinda,
Yankees also haven't won anything like since like early 2000s, right? Or
2009.
2010, I think.
okay, never mind. That's kind of recent, I guess.
Yeah, they have a little bit
Yeah.
of a. You know who is winning? We're winning because we're going to an ad break and we're going to go make some money. We'll be right back.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So, Pranav, I hear that you're playing in a tennis tournament, so please tell us more about it. The ball's in your court now.
Oh,
Really creative. Really creative. It's
Nice
just
balls.
that's just good work. I thought for a while that you weren't gonna have a sports fun in there, and I was like, man, he's just choking. But
Yeah, I didn't know where else to put the balls in your court except at the end.
The ball's in my hands now.
There's
The
never a
ball's in my
bad time
hands
to
and
throw
now
that
it's
in
in your
there.
court.
Yeah, playing this tennis tournament. Yeah, I don't know. It's the first time I played like competitive sports of any kind, honestly, other than like, you know, pick up basketball or like random stuff like that, since like high school. And it's a really weird thing where like no one cares if you win, right? Like
Yeah.
if in high school, like you got a team or like, I don't know, your parents come watch and like you win, then, you know, there's like the parents clap at least. And it's
Yeah,
like your coach tells you did a good job.
Yeah.
It's like this, it's like you shake hands and you just go home and it's like, you can't talk about it because it's like, what are you doing? You won like an amateur tennis match. Like
Yeah.
no one cares. But it's like, it's intense for me. I'm trying my heart out here.
You got to bring an
but
atmosphere.
no
bro.
respect.
Get some fans to show up for you. You know.
Yeah,
Flyers.
Yeah, I'll if you guys don't mind, I'll just plug my next tennis match.
Everyone go show him some love. You know.
We're officially the proud sponsor of his tennis match.
Just start belting out Sweet Caroline. He'll get like Pranav super pumped up. And smash his opponent.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my big thing with it is yeah, I don't know who to talk to about it. So that's why I brought it here. But yeah, no, it's it is still fun, and it's like, you know, fake intense, like, you know, the other person trying and you're trying, and so you get kind of something out of it. It's because you got the competitive juices flying. I think like I'm like MJ in that way, natural competitor. And so yeah, no, that's been fun. I've also just like picked it up after a long time and like kind of rediscovered a childhood love for it. So yeah, I'm like happy to be doing it, and like I'm like addicted to it. Like anytime I can get it in, like Monday morning at 6 a.m. before work, I'm there. Sign me up. Yeah. Which is cool. I feel like I haven't like felt that way about a sport in a like, really long time.
Nice.
Is there a prize or anything?
Yeah. If I win, I think I get a t-shirt.
We take those, man.
Yeah, that's solid.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, we take those for sure.
Sign it and make it like an NFT or something, bro. Fucking to the moon.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm fully locked in. I treat myself like a professional athlete in that way, you know, just kind of like, you know, mental preparation equally as important to physical preparation. You know,
How about diet? You on a night's diet there too?
Yeah, the diet, I got a pre-match meal. You know, keep it light. You know, keep yourself kind of in the zone.
So what?
And yeah, I do. I just get Chipotle every time. And then I like to do a like on the way back I'll do like a post-match interview, but I ask the questions in my head and then give the answers.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And then imagine people like listening and what they think and what the media is going to say. The media has been harsh on me in my head.
Indeed, how preposterous. Wow.
Yeah. Like Stephen A is just railing me every morning in my head.
Yo, you can never say that again. You can never say that again.
I meant
no
like
matter what.
That's the second railing me live on first
This guy's a
take.
bona fide scrub. He can't play. He's on repeat on Pranav's head.
Yeah, but you gotta block that stuff out, you know. I mean, it's
Block out the hater.
yeah.
Railing was such a poor choice of words.
But also the best choice of words if you think about it.
Yeah, you gotta
I love him like a brother.
I love
I'm just imagining the image of like you just turn on First Take in the morning and Steve just going after it.
We are not associated with any images you create in your own head.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's like the level of play? Like, do you think you compete pretty well, or is it like pretty tough sometimes?
Yeah, it's it is tough sometimes. Yeah, I'm like a weird level where like I was like, you know, played growing up and then played in high school and was like decent, but like I wasn't even the best at TJ. There's a lot of good people
we had
at
a very
TJ.
very good tennis team at TJ. To be fair,
What the fuck aren't you good at? We get it. Shut the fuck up.
it was just tennis and swimming dive. I feel like, or in golf.
And being smart. You know, you got. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, like sports wise, it's pretty limited.
Soccer.
Yeah, actually, we weren't bad at soccer. Yeah, I mean, like they played so shitty though. Like we played just shitty style soccer, but I guess we weren't that bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you were on the soccer team, so you know, fuck you. And we continue.
But no, it's been that's been really good for me. I'm like excited about that. As you can tell, I'm like taking it super seriously, which is like just like a fun thing to do to break up the work week.
It's like all ages
it's
in the tournament kind of thing, or
yeah, that's also a weird part. I played like a 45-year-old guy the last match. He's a super solid guy, but he was 45, and it was just like. So it ended up being weird. I ended up talking to him about like personal saving for most of like we were like chatting on the changeovers and he's giving me like financial advice. He's
what
like
if
a
you
wealth
never
manager.
played tennis before? It's just his new way of like, you know, networking people. It's just like showing up the tennis.
I wouldn't be surprised. These guys are always looking to pick up a buck. But no, it felt like every changeover, he had been like thinking about it while we were playing. And then you would kind of like come over and be like, you know, one more thing to kind of think about is like, you got to diversify.
This reminds me of, well, when we were in Seattle for Harsha's proposal, we went on this like boat what I don't know what it was, like a boat, like
A ferry?
party.
Oh,
ferry
that
boat
thing.
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think a lot of us, like, we're at the point that we talked to this random ass, like, older man's, like, he's probably 35, I would assume.
No.
We're all, like, destroyed. But this guy was giving us
Right.
financial advice, and, like, while he was saying it, I remember thinking, like, wow, this is on some crazy shit. And then the next morning I woke up and I like thought about what he said, and I was like, this is the dumbest shit ever, bro. I I remember coming up to him like multiple times, like, yo, you gotta tell me more, man. Like, this is revolutionary. I woke up the next morning saying some very, like, I guess simple shit. But yeah, I wonder if, like, all older men, like, I wonder if I'm gonna turn into that. Like, I see a kid and be like, yo, man,
Give super shitty advice.
have you heard about the S&P 500, bro?
You're just like chasing kids down. You know, like, just like,
What do you do?
you have to start saving now. Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be Harsha pretty soon. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to
Yeah.
Harsh is like trying to hold himself back from like giving the group financial advice.
to fight the urge.
If I was gonna chase kids, I think giving them financial advice would be the worst thing to do. I mean, sorry, the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Yo, this has been a scary episode in terms of sound bites.
It could be worse, man.
It
Am I
could be
getting
worse,
railed?
Yeah. Yeah, well, why did you guys keep saying you're gonna clip that? What do you mean?
That's just Haran.
You
He's
like-
like obsessed with clickbait and like
You
all
know,
that
like,
kind of
you know,
shit.
like a little audio clips, just like a 5-second clip of you just saying something
Well-
really out of context. You know, we just
The bad thing is I feel like even if you listen to it in context, it like didn't sound better.
It doesn't
I was
sound
like
like that.
talking about like
Yeah.
this fantasy in my head and was like, yeah, and then I just think about right, we all think about that sometimes.
Yeah, man.
No, Stephen A is I was like, I don't post on Instagram that much, but I recently found this like really old picture of Stephen A. Just like from probably like the mid 90s when he was like a beat writer in where was it? Was it Chicago or something?
he covered Philly sports for a long time.
Yeah.
Probably.
Philly sports. And I just thought it was super dope, and I put it up on my Instagram. But I was thinking about the reason I was like thinking about it was I'd watched like First Take or whatever. I don't know. He's still doing First Take, or I know he and Kellerman split up, but for whatever reason, I got to the office and then the meeting got canceled, and I just didn't feel like doing work. And I was like, the only thing I could think to do is like, that First Take's on right now. And I watched that, and then for whatever reason, I caught Sports Center at night. Where he also hosts a Sports Center now sometimes.
He's like
Uh,
all over ESPN now.
Bro,
That's crazy.
he's like the poster boy for ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like what I realized was like what he had done is said some like just outrageous, just blasphemous stuff in the morning. It becomes a storyline throughout the day, and then he covers it in Sports Center. Right? It's like he creates the like in the morning he creates the news, and then like he recaps it at the
Actually,
end.
such a smart fucking idea.
And the machine rolls on 24 hours a day.
It's like Sports Center top 10
365
Stephen A.
days
Smith
a
takes
year.
from today. Just like him dead.
Like the top stories are just like, yeah, I went and offended a bunch of athletes this morning. It's like, here's what people are talking about on Twitter. It's like, yeah, that is now the sports news of the day. But no, I've immense respect for him. I think it's like an art what he does, to be honest. I think it's just like so impressive.
He has so much energy. Like every day, it's just so much energy saying the dumbest shit.
He has
Yeah.
to be on
But
like
it's
coke,
like-
right?
Dude, he's gotta be on something, man. They're working him like a dog, bro. Like he's working like, and he's doing on NBA, the new NBA
Yeah.
countdown show too. What the fuck? This man has no time.
And he has an ESPN Plus show too, like
Yeah,
Steve
yeah,
A's
like,
World.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. What
Yo, what's
he's
his
on.
net worth, man? How many millions are they paying this dude to?
Bro,
I think
that's
his
paying
contract
nothing.
now is like
13
10 million a year. Or
Oh, yeah.
13.
What
13.
the fuck?
Yeah, he's getting paid more than fucking starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
For doing like he's doing nothing but also doing everything at the same time.
Yeah, he's doing quite a lot, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's doing a lot, but saying nothing. Like he's not saying nothing of
No.
like of note.
He speaks a lot, but says nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I have a question about Stephen A. Or like maybe Stephen A. is the one who probably works the most. I don't understand how he like keeps up with sports. When does he sit down and watch all of these games?
I don't think he
I don't
knows much.
understand.
He doesn't. Yeah, I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think
He's
he's
like
just
that.
like. I think he watches like
Well, it's like 2 games a day, maybe.
yeah, and I think he
Or like
for the
clips
rest-
on Twitter. Or
Yeah, clips on
something.
Twitter, and like he probably has like a bunch of like notes like from like other people
Yeah.
that do research for him, and like just like those stats
Yeah.
that he can just say
Yeah.
on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to be in Stephen A.'s head like 15 minutes before first take, where he's just like, what am I gonna fucking say? He's like just like running through the points. He's like, yeah, and I'm gonna call LeBron like not a top 50 player of all time. He's like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Like, write that down. Write that down. Like the brainstorming must be absurd. And he's got to throw stuff out too, right? There's got to be stuff where he's like, no, that's too far.
a little too far.
right? And I would love to know what those things are. Where it's like Stephen A. is like, I can't say that on TV.
I feel like he just makes up words sometimes.
Oh
Like-
yeah. Either an immense vocabulary,
Yeah, he.
where he also makes up just makes up dumb
It's been a long time, I think, since he went on like a signature rant. But like when he does, he just like goes all out, uses the longest words possible that are just completely useless in the situation.
I think the Kwame Brown one is still probably the best rant of all time. That shit is hilarious. It's only hilarious because he starts off with no disrespect. I don't mean any disrespect, but this guy's a bona fide scrub. Like you can't say no disrespect. Like you don't. Nah, dude.
Anytime somebody says like, "Oh, no disrespect" or like "no offense," you know you're about to get fucking flamed,
Yeah.
and they mean all offense.
And the best part is like before he roasts someone, he also has to establish a personal connection to him. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I know this man's like family. He has a wonderful wife. I love his mom.
And that's
I
why I
delivered
hate his
his
son.
Fucking sucks. So what do you do?
I think it's actually more fucked up if you say
No, it's
some
so much
shit
more
after delivering his son.
One of my favorite ones is where he calls his quarterback named Jamarcus Russell. He's like, Jamarcus Russell, you Jabba the Hutt fat slob.
It's fair though; he was really fat.
Yeah, I would love to hear him actually talk sports though, because before he was a TV personality, like he was like an honest to God sports reporter at one time, right?
Yeah.
He was like an honest to God sports journalist, and so like the thing, like I forgot, maybe it was during the finals. There was that clip of him and Wilbon standing next to each other, and man, I can't remember what shot it was, but it was maybe like it was a game winner. And like they both looked at each other and like immediately just like started going. It was just like take. And it's like, man, like say what you will about Stephen A. It's like, I mean, he can run with the best of them. Like I think Wilbon's really good as a sports commentator. It's like Stephen A. is like obviously masquerading as an idiot, but is like probably a super smart sports mind, you know?
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
But
because
we'll
if he's
probably never
actually
see
as
that.
stupid as everything he says, then he's a fucking idiot.
One of my favorite videos is like Skip Bayless videos of Skip Bayless arguing against himself. Just like saying opposite things.
Yeah,
What
that's
they-
the thing with these sports. Like they flip flop so much. Like
Well, that's the thing.
It's-
That's how you know they're acting.
it's
'Cause
just yeah, but it's just like it's just so reactionary, and it's like clearly they're just trying to like just piss people off or like get more like clicks and stuff.
yeah. Well,
And then I
so-
watch, so it's working. I
Yeah,
guess.
so that's the thing. Maybe like one of the things I wanted to bring up was like I see this debate all the time because there's like all this drama in the NBA right now, like Kyrie, Ben Simmons, drama in the NFL, John Gruden, all that, all that shit, right? I feel like for people who watch sports a lot and like get invested in that kind of shit, like we shit on like reality TV, like, oh, that shit's just all like made up. Like, who the fuck cares about that? Like, it doesn't matter. And then we're all like, oh my God, Kyrie fucking walked to a football field today. Holy shit. Like,
It's like the leading
so-
reporters comment on it too. We got
Yeah,
like
but
Shams
it's
and
so
like Woj doing like a
hypocritical- it's so
play-by-play on how
hypocritical,
Ben
though,
Simmons,
you
like,
know?
storms out of practice.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it that way.
but like, it's literally like these things happened 20 years ago. Well, not the vaccine thing, but like the Ben Simmons thing probably. And nobody gave a shit. Like you wouldn't know because you wouldn't know about it, and then just life would continue.
Yeah.
Like it's literally no
Yeah.
different. We're all
That's
just
a good point.
we're all just, you know. So I think it's, I mean, still fuck reality TV. I don't give a shit about any of that shit. But like, you know, you gotta understand that there's some sort of parallel.
Yeah. But yeah, there's gotta be like a boundary where like, yeah, I wonder how much we watch, you know, the NBA for the sports and how much we watch for like the storyline. Like I wonder if there's no Twitter commentary, there's no ESPN, there's like no Stephen A. Like I doubt we would give a fuck, right? It's like they create, you know, all of the
The
stories
hype,
that like
yeah.
Bro,
You
the
know,
off season
make
gets
it
more
interesting to
fucking
watch.
clicks than like the regular season. Just because there's so
Yeah.
much drama.
Yeah,
that, like,
dude,
oh,
that
is
is
this
true.
guy getting paid $202 million or $195 million? Like, who actually gives a shit?
Yeah, because like all these fans would be like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe we signed this guy to like these contracts. Like we're gonna be so good next season."
Yeah,
and then, like
because-
they probably watched like a quarter of the games because you know
Yeah.
like
Or
who
like they
cares?
feel like they're the ones like, oh yeah, we can't pay this guy like $100 million over 3
Yeah, they
years.
become
Like
their
it's
own
coming out of
GMs,
your
yeah.
pocket. Yeah, 'cause yeah. Like that's some sort of reality. I don't know. There has to be like some sort of balance where like, yeah, you can criticize or like appreciate, but like also it's not your fucking money. It's not your like it is your team like emotionally, but it's not your team. Like, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, sports are just soap operas for men is what the thing is, you know? Which makes
Yeah.
a little harsh, but it makes sense.
Women could watch sports
No,
too.
it totally makes
No.
sense.
No. Maybe you want to change your answer there, buddy.
Is that, I
No,
know I was
please.
gonna cut that out, man.
Yeah, man, I totally agree.
Yeah, shout out to Candace Parker,
Yeah.
bro. Bringing a title. to
Yo,
Chicago.
that shit was
Candace
actually
Parker,
tough as
what?
fuck. Tony?
What?
It was a dumb joke, man. I don't know.
Oh, like Candace
Oh
Parker.
Jesus.
Oh, I didn't even get it.
No respect. No respect for the athlete. You guys remember like obviously the decision, like the LeBron thing
Yeah.
from back in the day?
Yeah, Harsha remembers.
I remember oh yeah, jeez, yeah, Cavs guy, right?
Look at all the posters behind him.
Yeah.
The LeBron staring right into your eyes while you talk. So just be careful.
Be careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked over at Hershey and said, "Oh yeah, geez, wow."
We should get
Oh.
harsher. We should get harsher decision poster, bro. I feel like that was a big point in his life.
I feel like sometimes I wonder about like when he goes to work, like, do his coworkers think that he's like a child trying to be an imposter of an adult? That's what I
With the
wonder
posters
about.
in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on the work I put out too, yeah, they believe it.
That's actually his performance review. It's just exactly.
Yeah, no LeBron hate coming, but
Oh, never mind.
yeah, no, I remember like the
Okay.
day after, like turning on SportsCenter and them just being like, well, like, what do we fucking talk about now? It's like we've been talking about this 20 hours a day for like 3 months. And then it was like, they're like, well, let's just replay the decision. And so they were just replaying the like entirety of the thing. It's like, because it's not that long. It's only like a
Yeah.
5-minute clip. And just breaking it down, they're like, the look in his eyes, like, oh, like, why was the gym set up the way it was? Like, was that supposed to be like, he's apologizing to the city of Cleveland? Like, why was he dressed the way he was? And it's like, good Lord.
It like reminds me of I mean it's a little bit different, but like last year or I guess 2020 when like Last Dance came out in like May, and like that whole month or like month and a half, it was just like ESPN like after the episode came out on Sunday, like the next week was just them like dissecting like every minute of like that episode and like just postulating like, oh, and then it went back to LeBron, of course, because I had to, and it was just that was like this all we had for like a month and a half, and I watched all of it because I literally had nothing to watch because it was pandemic time, but
Yeah, 100%. Although for me, The Last Dance was big as like a thing to watch during the pandemic. Like it was definitely something I was like looking forward to like week after week, you know?
Yeah.
Like a new episode coming out.
Yeah, also because like I didn't know much about like anything. Like I knew generally what happened, but you know all the stories were like pretty interesting, like Dennis Rodman and shit.
Matt says, I generally didn't know anything about it.
and that's why I had to watch The Last Dance. At the time, everything I needed to know.
I mean,
This
you know he
changed
won like
everything.
you know he won like 6 chips, but you don't know like how or like all the players that interacted with and shit.
Yeah, but now that you
That's
watch
kinda
all that,
funny.
do you agree that
Yeah.
Jordan's better than LeBron?
Wait, what? No, I may have missed the last episode or something. What happened?
He danced.
He danced.
Yeah, and Michael Jordan has come out as pro-vaccination and LeBron hasn't, so that kind of seals the deal.
You know?
Yeah, this is like LeBron's Republicans buy sneakers too moment, right? He's like protecting the brand by not coming out on.
Just
on-
shut up
on
and
one
dribble
side.
LeBron.
Hey man, that's a little fucked up, but you're
I
allowed
know.
to continue.
I was memeing it, bro.
No,
Okay.
you think this is a humor
No, it stops
podcast?
here.
Yo, who's the basketball player that's like best friends with Kim Jong Un?
Dennis
That was
Rodman.
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 Yeah, what the fuck is that, dude? I saw a clip recently on like Twitter, Instagram, or something like that, and they asked him like, "Oh, so like, don't you think it's like kind of fucked up, like what he does and stuff like that?" He's like, "Nah, man, he treats me to a good time. I go to his place and he brings like girls and food and stuff, and we have a good time, and that's it. And then I fly back." I'm like, that's so fucked up. My man's literally like torturing like U.S. people, like torturing his own citizens, and this dude's like, "Yeah, man, the girls are
Yeah,
back."
but, have a good time. You have a good time. Okay?
It's just vibes, bro.
Why does he have so many piercings, man? That's
Bro, he has piercings on skin that I didn't even know existed.
He's a pioneer if you think about it. Shout out to Dennis Rodman.
He's actually so fucking ugly. How did he get with Madonna? That's what I don't understand, bro.
he's
Oh,
tall.
shit. Was that covered in The Last Dance? I didn't know.
I
he got
think so.
with
Like
Madonna.
really briefly, like when he like fucking died for 5 days or whatever in Vegas.
It was like another
Oh,
person
right.
though. It
Oh,
wasn't.
whatever.
It wasn't.
Oh yeah, someone else. I think it was like probably some.
It was
model.
Carmel Electra or something.
How do
Yeah,
you remember
that's
that?
right.
Harsh has an
I
insane
watched
memory,
it.
bro.
Oh.
He loves Carmen.
I didn't even know who the hell that was until the episode.
Yeah, but after
Yeah.
a lot about it. After
To be fair, you also didn't know who Michael Jordan was.
Oh yeah.
he didn't know a lot before he watched
Yeah.
He didn't know anything about anything.
that. That's when ESPN's promo. If you don't know anything about anything, you gotta watch the last thing.
A guide to life.
Speaking of North Korea, I heard you wanted to study
Yeah,
abroad
that's
or something abroad.
Bro, that-
In
that's
North Korea?
that's-
great.
that's-
Two
there is no
for two on
studying
transition.
in,
2 for 2.
He's perfect from the field. No, I did mention that to Ron too. Yeah, it's something I've been thinking about. Just like, I feel like, yeah, we've kind of grown up in like very similar like ecosystems. Like TJ was, kind of one version of Berkeley, which is like honestly one version of just like living in San Francisco. Very similar type of stuff. And like, yeah, I didn't really like take studying abroad seriously when I was in college. But like I've been thinking about it recently. Like, wouldn't it be dope to go like live somewhere else for a year? Yeah, I don't know. It's like a lot of work to make it happen. So like I'd have to really think through it. And it's also like not obviously like an easy thing to do to like move somewhere where you don't know a lot of people. And yeah, but I've been thinking about it, and like I like the one theory I have is like there's no better time than now, which is like it's definitely not going to get easier. As you get older, you start doing harsher shit, and then after a while, like you can't
Once you have, like, more
get your
commitment.
life together,
Yeah,
and like start putting down roots and stuff. And so I'm thinking like I don't know, maybe sometime next year, like moving out of the country for a year, and like if it sucks, like you come back and life goes on, and if it's awesome, then it's dope, and maybe you stick around for a couple of years or even longer, and that'd be cool too. Not like an unacceptable thing to do as well. I don't know that many people who've like done that. It's not like a super common path, so like I don't really know like kind of like what route to follow, but I think it'd be dope. I've been thinking about it, and we'll see. Like I'll hopefully give it like a good effort to at least try to make it happen and kind of see what happens.
Do you have a place in mind or anything?
Yeah, I always thought Amsterdam would be really dope. I went there once with my family. Just thought it was a dope city. Like really enjoyed it. Like the people seemed really cool. Like the city seemed really cool. I was only there for like honestly a few days, but I was like one of the few places I've ever visited where I was like, damn, I would like love to stay longer.
Yeah.
Or I would like I could totally see myself hanging out here and living here. So yeah, that's like the one place that I have in mind. Also, it's like, not crazy different culture. Most people speak English. It's like fairly accessible to someone who, like, doesn't speak the language.
Right.
It's also clean, I think, right?
Yeah, it's like a pretty, like, as far as I know, like, well-managed city.
Yeah.
And like everyone bikes there, and so there's not like a ton of pollution. It's like really good air quality. Honestly, it was something that someone told me.
A lot of drugs, though.
But a lot of drugs.
It's clean and
Take
dirty
that
at the
as
same
you
time.
will.
It's clean.
But no, it seems like a cool culture, which would be fun. And like, yeah, as I said, like, if it sucks, like, United States isn't going anywhere as far as I can tell. So,
Yeah.
we'll come back and keep going.
I wonder when offices are going to start, like, because nowadays, because of COVID and everything, a lot more remote positions are opening up. But with a lot of them, you can still, like, only be in the country. But I wonder when, like, the floodgates will open, you could just live wherever you want in the world and just work from there. Like, I guess it might already kind of be happening. Maybe I'm just unaware, but...
I mean, it's hard because, like, as far as, like, company payment goes, when you work in a different state than you live in, like, you have to be taxed by where you live, not, like, where the company is.
Right.
So it's some sort of weird, like, I don't know how to handle that. Like, I'm sure there's people who work in different countries than they live in, but, like, there must be some sort of minimum, I don't know, business worth or some shit like that where, like, your company has to be this important to the country's economy or, like, some shit like that to where you can have international affairs and that kind of shit, So
I wonder if some of that isn't going to change, though.
Yeah.
Like, just given sort of like the general patterns, like across, like, honestly, like most white collar jobs are like in some state, and like it's not like we haven't figured out how to do it. It's like we kind of know how to do the whole remote thing. I know, like, a bunch of people I work with are like living outside of the country right now, and it doesn't seem to affect anything as far as I can tell. Okay, a couple people like in Paris and in Spain, and they're just like on a slightly different time zone, but like still do all their stuff. And like, I don't know. I think it totally should be like not a problem for what it's worth. But yeah, we'll see if some of that changes.
Well, good luck, bro. I hope you make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, let me know if you have any friends there, because I certainly don't.
It's okay. Horan can teach you everything about making friends.
I can teach you about IX. Like their soccer team. I know a lot about them. Go to a couple games, meet the people there.
Yeah, honestly, now that like a bad conversation started, I'll like buy a jersey and just slip into a bar.
Yeah, like that's what I've always like said. Like I would see myself like in the UK at some point, but
right on.
I mean, if it wasn't for the weather, I feel like I would make it happen. Honestly, like, realistically, just because like
we
I feel
lived in Blacksburg for 4 years.
No, but the UK, it's just like rainy.
It's wet,
like if outside like 3 months, it's pretty much just rain, and like it's not that sunny outside most of the time too. Like, which I mean, like, the people there are like a chill. Like I feel like
they just seem so angry at everything.
I mean, the ones I've talked to have been alright, I guess. I mean, most of them are like my family as well, but yeah, I feel like I would fit in alright there. It's just like, I fit in.
Yeah.
No,
I think
Britain.
it's just like the weather is like such a negative for me, at least.
If you're gonna go all the way out there, you might as well pick a better place to go. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it comes down to like language, like what Lana was talking about.
No, for sure.
Well, I think Amsterdam's like actually a really good like choice for that reason.
I mean, me and Pranav know our Spanish pretty well from AP Spanish.
I legitimately was talking to my manager about that. I literally told my manager about Senora Witten. I was like, I learned everything I learned freshman year of high school.
It's ode to that woman.
Class still haunts my dreams.
I think that's probably the most stressed I've ever been in my life, like being in that class. But we're here now.
Definitely the closest I've ever come to crying in school.
Yeah.
That was next level. Good teacher though.
Good teacher. I did learn quite
like
a bit.
You can't fuck with the process like we did. We came out of it knowing a lot of Spanish.
Yeah. These are facts.
I still have like PTSD from her saying, "Dime si tienes la tarea," and she would call everyone's names, and you had to say if you had the homework, and she'd like walk around and check it. And like, I even still like remember the first couple names of the people in my class because it was like because I was like always so on guard when that started, and I like still remember like who like the first 3 people she would always check were.
And like if you like missed like when she called your name, it's over, bro. It's done out for you.
Like,
dude, it was
just finished.
It was to the point where like people like we had I think we had like these like quizzes, and there's this guy that's next like in front of me, and like he put like a small like lead like pencil like in his desk, like it was just been it's like always been there. Like, he just put it there, and like he would like change his answers like while she was like like saying out like what the answer should be instead of like self-grading. And like people were like that like stressed to like, you know, to cheat in that class. I mean, like I wouldn't because like just because if I got caught, bro, like I would that's
so you wouldn't because cheating is wrong, but you wouldn't because you didn't want to get caught.
Nah, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, okay, cheating is bad, but like, if you got caught by her, I feel like it would make it like 10 times worse than what it could be, because like she was like on one.
Ron, you should close out the episode in Spanish.
Yeah.
Should I? I really wish I kept up with my Spanish, honestly.
Pranav, I was gonna say, Christian actually studied abroad in Spain.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So
that?
you should talk to him about all like the things I went about studying abroad in a different country. He's a big expert.
Well,
that's all he talks about, actually.
Yeah, as you can tell, I totally. Yeah. I mean, I didn't live there for a year. I only lived there for like 6 weeks, which felt so fast. But
yeah,
it was a good time. I would definitely say I did more abroad than studying, if you will. But
yeah.
All right.
It was yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
But
okay.
But no, it's a good time to like experience like a different country. Like I'll just flat out say not a lot of learning happened while I was there, but just like living a different culture is really cool. Yeah, you can do that in a way in the U.S. Like different people, like people like in the Northeast are different than like people in the South and like in the West Coast. But
Trune is aggressively shaking his head.
No, he's shaking his head. No.
Yeah, sorry, shaking his head.
I'm just passed out.
It's just whiplashing everywhere. But yeah, it was really cool to interact with like people from a different country, different backgrounds. Even like the people that I went with were like all from tech, but like I'd never met any of them before. So like meeting people just through that, but then also the other people that went to the university that we studied at, like the professors who were only like 4 years older because they were like, I guess the equivalent of like master students, you know, socializing with them, going out with them. Yeah, just living differently. I mean, I guess that's just like the easiest way to put it. It's a lot of fun. I would definitely want to go back, and I definitely thought about like, like when I'm older, like I'll probably want to be here for an extended time. Like living is like having to deal with like visas and all that shit. Like that's I don't want to think about that, but like being there for like a few months at a time would be really cool, I think. And like establishing some sort of like permanent relationships there. It's definitely a good time.
But speaking of good times, it must come to an end as we must finish this episode.
That wasn't in Spanish.
Hello, Santo. But yeah, we want to thank Pranav for coming on this week.
Sure.
Pranav, if you want to like shout anything out, I mean, you can put out your next tennis match or you know, whatever you want to plug. Here's your time.
I'll plug something my like college roommate is working on. He's got this brand called Claiding. It's Klaeding. Makes like cool t-shirts and posters, and he's coming out with like a line of t-shirts that are like kind of organized into an album, so they have like a common theme, and he's kind of like dropping all these different designs. You should go check it out on Instagram. He's a good guy, makes cool stuff. Buy a t-shirt. It's good stuff.
Nice.
And shout out to you, Pranav. Take it away, Christian.
But But yeah, we definitely want to thank Pranav for stopping by. If you did like what you heard, make sure to head over to our Instagram at An Interesting Discussion. Drop us a comment, likes, follows. All of that is very much appreciated. You can check out our podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Anchor, wherever you get your podcast from. But yeah, that's going to wrap us up for this week. We hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thanks to Pranav for stopping by, and catch you guys next week. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.